Alrighty. We're back. I started a poll. I thought we'd start a poll for the first game back in a while. It's really bluggy on my screen, so I don't know how it looks on yours, but my pinned comments and stuff are going to the bottom rather than the top, so no idea. Yeah, important one. As you said, need a win to give us momentum for the rest of the season. Absolutely. I think this is very much so a season-defining game, and though there's been some self-sabotage in terms of certain players being suspended and certain things being said over the international break, this international break was horror for Chelsea, like absolutely horrible. Genuinely so bad. And like you said, if we do not win today, I'm in the same boat as you. And in fact, I was already in the same boat as you last game. I think he should have gone last game. But you know what? Give him an extra go. Don't sabotage a possible semi-final entrant by getting rid of him too soon. I suppose. Give him another chance. If we lose this game, then you know, if we can't beat Port Vale, who are 24th in their division, then we should not be entertaining, having him around anymore. There needs to be some serious questions asked about the recruitment and things like that, which we've been questioning all season anyway. But especially now, when certain things are being said and certain players are clearly getting fed up, we probably, yeah. I mean, I've made my kind of my point clear about this in the past, but I feel like we're just going nowhere unless we get a serious like crackdown from our club and from our ownership, and mainly these two chuckle brothers of sporting directors that we have, and actually spend some, not just spend money, but spend it smartly in positions that we actually need it, with actual experienced, established players, then we'll probably be able to do better next season. But this season's just an absolute write-off. Yeah, that'll never happen. Unfortunately, that'll never happen because our owners are too, what's the word? They're too egotistical and too up themselves to ever admit that they've made a mistake. I don't think they would ever bring Maresca back, and I think that ship has sailed. I think that he's going to be a manager that we look back in 5-10 years' time and say, look at what we could have had, type of thing. But in terms of this game, yeah, this is, as you said, one that we must win, surely. Welcome into the chat as well. First time. Lovely. But again, this is one of these games where it's a bogey game. We never play good against smaller teams, despite Port Vale being, as I said, 24th in their division. In this competition specifically, they've been very good. They beat Sunderland, other Premier League opposition, to get to where they are now. So there's no question that they can absolutely do the same thing to us. And yeah, they're going to be a team that makes it really hard for us to kind of break down and then, try and hit us on the counter, try and play their football when they can, and that's something that we've just, in general, never really been good against. So hopefully we don't fall victim to that. We'll talk about Palmer being given captain in a second, because I'm actually going to take that on the bingo card. So that's that. We're going to have the bingo card in a second. Let's move into the two teams. Let's look at the lineups first. We've got Wabam. First up, this is the Port Vale side. I'm not quite sure how they're lining up, but I looked at the. Obviously, they don't have it in player order. They have it in number order with a goalkeeper at the top, which is very frustrating. I hate it when teams do this, but yeah. So it looks as if this is a 4-3-3, but the way that they've set up in so many different formations throughout the season. They've been in 4-4-2s and 4-3-3s, 4-2-3-1s. They've been in a 3-5-2, a 5-4-1, which is what they played against Sunderland. They played a 5-4-1, so that might be what this is. Might be playing some kind of 5-4-1, but it looks a bit like a 4-3-3 to me, and that's what the Google has them lined up as, with Hall and Gabriel being the two centre backs. We have Gordon and Kyle John as the two fullbacks. Midfield three of Garrity, Ojo, and Walters, I believe, and then the front three is Sharif, Wayne, and Humphreys. So I know Ben Wayne is the one that they are really pointing out as the kind of danger man for them. I think he's the one to look out for. Hopefully we can keep him pretty quiet. Let's see, where is Chelsea's lineup from? Now this is our lineup, and this is very, very interesting because, again, it's a strong team. It has to be. It's a quarter final. We have to we've got to put like our best team out here. Problem is we have no Reese because he's injured. We have no Chalabar because he's injured. Jurgensen is supposedly injured, but he's not there. I wouldn't want him playing this game anyway. Enzo has obviously been suspended for 2 games, which, again, I'll talk about that decision at some point. I think that this is a ludicrous thing to suspend him for 2 games. I think it's absolute self-sabotage to do that. I've made my mind kind of clear on that on Twitter. The rest of the team is actually pretty cool to see. Obviously, we've got Tosin in instead of Chalabar, which I think is a bit of a worry thing. He's always been the type of player to, make mistakes, kind of make us in general play a bit worse when he's in the team. But hopefully he proves me wrong there. Harto's in the lineup. We get Lavia starting for the first time in a while with Andre next to him. Steve is back finally, and this does look like a 4-2-3-1. We've got Esteval, Palmer, and Neto as the kind of the 3 behind the striker, which is Joao Pedro today. The things which I want to point out about this lineup. The crazy thing to me, firstly, we had this interview with Liam Rosenior, and he was talking about how we have certain leaders in the team. We know that Reese is our captain, we know that Enzo's the vice, we know that the vice is always Caicedo. That's always been the case. We've never really had kind of, the vice, but when we have had the vice, it's always been Tosin, and he is not the captain today. Instead, it's Palmer, who is captaining us for, I think, the first time ever, especially a first time ever from a starting position anyway. What does Josh have to do to get minutes? I don't know, but he is on the bench, as is Teddy Sharman Lowe, as is Mamadou Sarr, who, again, I'm really surprised he's not playing instead of Tosin. Kukurea also on the bench, Dario Asugo's on the bench, Caicedo's on the bench, Garnacho's on the bench, Delap is on the bench, but the one which I'm really looking forward to is Ryan is on the bench, and I really hope that we just put this game to bed very, very quickly so he can get some minutes off the bench. I think that'd be very, very good for his development. He's been absolutely smashing it for the England under the under 17s. I think he's playing for. Is it the under 19s? I can't remember which one he's playing for, but he's been absolutely smashing it. Yeah, RKM debut would be just the cherry on the top. And I'm going to switch into. Hang on, we've got about 5 minutes until kickoff. Let me switch into. Oh, you know what? It's been so long. It's been like 2 weeks. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. I completely forgot to do this. This is our game for the day. Here you go, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
I always forget. I'll never. I'll one of these days I'll remember. I never remember. We'll move into this. We'll get our pals up. And we're gonna take a quick look at the bingo card. The only things that have really changed, because again most of these are the same as normal. We have Esteval being the player of the match. He's who I think will be a player of the match. I've got Palmer assist. Esteval getting a goal or assist will be one off there. We have Super Dario Bros. I said this before. This is such a weird scenario. This is specifically if Dario Asugo and Andre Santos are playing as the 2 holders at the same time. We have a UFAP, which again this would be if Ryan or Teddy Sharman Lowe comes off the bench, they would get this. Or technically, I wouldn't say Josh Acheron because I think he's part of the first team now, but there we are. We have, where else? There's a new thing. Correct prediction today. I've gone for 2-0. I think this will be a close game. I don't think there'll be very many goals in it. I'm surprised I've even predicted to get a clean sheet, honestly. We have a Tosin Howler, because I think that'll probably happen. We have a Joao Pedro goal, and then everything else is pretty much the same as ever, which is pretty cool. I would love to see Asugo play. Yeah, I think he needs to start getting some minutes now that he's actually fit to play, because he is like the closest thing we have to Moy when he's not playing. I don't think like Santos is not the same. He doesn't have the same kind of endeavor when it comes to trying to actually get the ball back that Asugo has. I think that Andre is closer to Enzo than he is to Moy. But yeah, so I am going to be ticking 1 off the free space already, by the way, for Cole Palmer being our captain, because I was not expecting that. So that's that. Let me get the game up. Because I do have it in the background. I also need to put my headphones on so I can hear it. I've got a Morrison's advert about some meat for Easter. I hope you guys had a good Friday, by the way. And yes, that is a double entendre. We're going to be having our Easter dinners on Sunday. It's a 15:15 kickoff, right? I think. So we've got about 5 minutes. I guess I can talk about the Enzo thing. I kind of said this before, right? I feel like this is going to sound very, conspiracy theory like and kind of vindictive in a way, but I really think that this is such a fabrication that I think that they are trying to set up Enzo so they can sell him this summer. I feel like it's been something they've been wanting to do for a couple of seasons, but he's been, performing so well, and even this season he's been performing really, really well. I think they've taken the first opportunity they can to try and, force him out. And obviously with Barco coming through and him being a much more kind of, creative midfielder in terms of him being able to pass the ball forward a little bit better, and he being this ready-made replacement, and obviously he's got the connection to Rosinia too. I just feel like they're blowing this whole interview that he's done out of proportion and giving us this suspension so he kind of not falls out with a club, but kind of, he has more incentive to leave because he's like, well, they don't respect me enough. If they're going to suspend me, like, what's the point? And then he leaves. He puts in a transfer request or something and they can get money off him. Yeah, I'm fearful. I'm fearful about it because I think that Enzo is the player that out of every single player in our squad, he is the most underrated player because there's genuinely about 52%, I'll say, of our fan base thinks that he's absolutely useless, which is ridiculous because he is like consistently up there for our goals and assists and things like that. He's so valuable to us. Hang on, the Liquidator is playing, so I'm going to turn my volume back up. Players are now coming out of the tunnel. Led out of the tunnel by Cole Palmer for the first time. Very, very odd. I wonder if that is just because, obviously, because of the suspension to Enzo, they've just kept the captain in the same position. I wonder if that's why they've done that. Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. He is out of everyone, other than Moy, I would say Moy is the other one. Out of every single, player that's not from our academy, he is the one that loves the club the most. It's very clear. I said, I feel like we're going to go for a big transition of change this next summer. I'm very fearful for this window. If we don't get this window right, I feel like genuinely we could be a team that gets stuck in perpetual mid-table. It's quite worrying. But hopefully, again, let's try and keep the spirits up. Hopefully we win this match and then we can actually get some silverware this year. That'll be great. I just find it very telling considering he never even said anything about moving clubs or anything in his interviews. He was just saying how he loves the city of Madrid. And that's like, yeah, the city of Madrid is a lovely European city. It is very similar to his home country in terms of, the food especially, I would say. The food is very similar, but the culture is very similar. And he obviously he's from Buenos Aires, so I'm pretty sure he said it was like pretty close to Buenos Aires. There he is. He's just been picked out by the cameras. He's having a chuckle with Cucurella on the bench. Doesn't look too unamused to be on the bench, honestly, but there we are. But obviously Cucurella was the one who actually came out with his interview and said, yeah, I'd love to go to Barcelona at some point. And he didn't get punished, so it just feels a bit suspicious to me. And obviously left back is a position where we don't have a lot of depth. And there we go. I was going to mention this. I hope that we do justice for Ray Wilkins today because it is the 8th anniversary of his passing. Would be brilliant for us to actually put on a show for him. But then again, we don't really have that identity at Chelsea anymore. I don't feel like a lot of the players that are in our starting 11 really care about that, which is very sad to say. But, so hopefully we can... Who's the referees? I recognise one of the refs. I didn't see who the other ones are. So, I'm pretty sure he's one of our better refs, actually. We'll have to see who it is once they reveal it. What's one thing I love about the FA Cup in comparison to the Premier League is that they let the Liquidator play for way longer because they don't have to do the stupid Premier League music. They're now going to be showing the lineups. It'll be interesting to show if the TNT lineup shows Port Vale in a different formation to the Google one, because I think they will be in some kind of 4 or 5, some kind of 3 or 5 at the back. But they could be in a 4-3-3, as it shows there. Yeah, so our lineup is pretty standard in terms of who's where Pedro Neto on the left, Estevao on the right, Palmer in the centre. Tosin is on the left of the two centre-backs, which signals to me that Mallow is going to be going a bit higher forward up the pitch. We're probably going to kind of play a 3-2-4-1 with Mallow getting high on the right-hand side and then Estevao and Palmer kind of playing as dual 10s. Judging rest because we get screwed over so much. Honestly, it's the only thing I talk about nowadays. I don't get to talk about the football. Because everything's just, oh, has this referee made a bad decision or not? Let's look at the Port Vale side now. I'm just trying to see if they're setting up in... Just trying to see if they're going to set up in that 4 at the back or if it is a 5. They have got it as a 3-4-3 on the TNT lineup. So that's very interesting. So it's John, Humphreys and Hall as the 3 at the back. Gabriel's going a bit further forward, which is a bit weird. I think they might have got that wrong. I feel like Gabriel would be the one who'd be a bit further back and John would be playing almost like a wing back, but we'll see. We'll see how it actually lines up when the players kick the ball. That's the main thing. But yeah, danger man for them is definitely on the right hand side, Ben Wayne. Hope he's been very good through this cup run. So I said my second team, my team away from my team, Hibs won 3-0 today, so hopefully that's a good omen. Oh god, can we get the one of these days we're gonna get the mono derby. I think we've had it like once in the past that we've played Hibs. I'm not sure, but let me not forget the timer. Almost did that. Here we are. And it will be Port Vale kicking off. They're going from left to right. We are obviously at the bridge today. Hopefully the crowd can get behind the team. Hopefully the team give the crowd something to get behind. Long ball from the back immediately from Port Vale. And you know what? No, it's true. They have got Gabriel out on the right-hand side. So that's interesting. He's gone really, really high as well. Ball is immediately broken to Palmer. He's going to send Pedro Neto on his way, who is on the right-hand side, actually. It's Neto on the right and Estevao on the left. Back to Palmer, who, I will say, I was watching Palmer in the latest England game against Japan. He was rather underwhelming. Ball went out to Gusto, and the cross is blocked, and it's going to be Chelsea's first corner very, very early. Come back by Bayern Munich. Honestly, I haven't seen anything about. I genuinely like. This is gonna sound really sad. Oh, the ball's been swung in. And Esteval's. Oh no, it's Hato. I think has put it in immediately. Very, very early goal for Chelsea, and it's probably going to be checked by VAR, and they're going to try and take it away from us. But spilt by the goalkeeper, and Jarl Hato scored. Very good start. If we could get 3 or 4 more of those in the space of the next 20 minutes, so then we can get a youth appearance, that would be brilliant. Whoa, why am I getting... Oh, that's so odd. Are you getting that? On my chat, it's doing like automatic translations for what you're saying. So like, it's... YouTube, I hate you. Just let people chat the way they are. Why are you auto-translating things? Bro, stop it. It's jarring. Wait, can I actually... Is that a setting that I can turn on or off? Well, if anyone chose... We can end the poll for first goal scorer, because we're all wrong there. That's brilliant. Port Vale are reacting pretty quickly. They're getting up the pitch again. Nodded forward. It's going to be cleared by Fofana, but Palmer gives it away. And it's a shot from range that goes very, very far wide. I think it's Ojo who took the strike. Oh, it was Gordon in the end, actually. That's a fullback goal/assist as well, by the way. Who took the corner? Was it Neto who took the corner? I wasn't paying attention. Santos is also the deeper of the two midfielders, by the way, which is a bit interesting. I feel like Lavia is more of a natural 6. Here is the aforementioned Romeo Lavia. Wes to Tosin. Tosin through the lines to Palmer, his best mate, and he's going to get away from his man. Or in the first attempt, but he's been forced back. Here's Hato. Hato's sporting the throw today, which is good. He usually has his hair in cornrows. He's wearing a throw today, which is kind of cool. Here's Pedro Neto on the right side. Malagusto getting to the box again. He gets it back to Cole Palmer, and it's a great block on the line. They're going to try and clear it away here. Instead, Chelsea leave it for a throw on the high on the right. It's a good, you know what? There's a good reaction from Chelsea to all of the shit that's been said in the international break. We've started very, very quickly. A long ball up is going to be picked up by Tosin here. Bit of a hospital pass to Santos, but he'll be able to cushion it back to Sanchez. Hato is one of our best players under Azinia, honestly. He's been so good. Esteval's just been absolutely bundled to the floor there. Referee has allowed advantage to play. Here's Pedro Neto on the right side. Now Lavia to Santos. Tosin. I'm very glad we got that early goal, because that's going to allow our team to settle way better. We start getting nervy if we haven't scored late on in the game. That's just going to make things much easier to kind of navigate the game. Ball through the lines from Santos gets to Palmer. Palmer gets it out to Esteval. The crowd gets on their feet for this man, who is on the left-hand side, which is a bit unfortunate. I'd prefer to see him on the right, but he gets it into Santos. Here's Pedro. Back to Santos. He's going to sweep it across to Fofana. Here's Pedro Neto wide right. Takes it around his man and puts it across the face, but Joao Pedro can't get on the end of it. He's going to break here for, I think it's Richards who's getting away. Yeah. Will be a goal kick to Port Vale. They're not, surprisingly, they always show replays when I don't want them to show replays, but they have not shown a replay of the goal yet. I wanted to say who took the corner. I couldn't tell if it was Palmer or Neto. It's going to affect the bingo card. Will be a long goal kick here. Forgot to stop my preview, I just noticed. There we go. Tosin wins the aerial battle and will clear it away. Here's Wayne. Tackled by Hato. Here's Joao Pedro. Gets it out to Neto. And now Gusto. Interestingly enough, I think Wayne is actually on the left-hand side. I expected him to be on the right. He's going to get to the ball before Pedro Neto as well and win a throw for his team. Here's Tosin. To Lavia. And wide to Pedro Neto. And back to Wes. High press from Port Vale will force us all the way back to Sanchez, but we've gotten the way out of there. It's Neto again. Malagusto, who's playing in a bit of an inverted position at the moment. He gets it to Neto, who sweeps the ball forward for Joao Pedro, but he's not going to get it. Connor Hall, the man who intercepted that. And Hall's there again, but he gives it away to Hato this time. Santos. Palmer. Hato's continued his run, but this ball's going to go wide to Esteval, who cuts inside. And gets it to Cole Palmer on the left-hand side. Whips it across, but it's blocked. And then there's going to be a free kick given against Gabriel. Or for Gabriel, rather. Good attacking patterns from Chelsea so far. We're doing the thing which I always complain that we don't do, and that's we're playing the ball forward quickly. The amount of times we sit there and just pass it around and don't actually do anything with like the runs that we make is so frustrating. We're actually picking out the people that we're running now. It's going to be another long goal kick from Port Vale. And Tosin's going to head it forward here, looking for Joao Pedro. A little push in the back from him will give Vale another free kick. A little bit, what's the word? A little bit petulant there from Joao Pedro. It's going to be another long ball from the goalkeeper. I will say, Tosin has been dealing with these pretty well so far. This one aims to Hato, but Hato wins that in the air too. Gets it to Joao Pedro, who is fouled. It will be a Chelsea free kick. We've tried to take it quickly, and the referee said no. I think that was Humphreys who fouled Joao Pedro. Pedro channeling his inner delap. Don't say that. I wanted to actually score today. That would be nice. Here's Wesley Fofana to Sanchez. Oh, high press on him, but he's dealt with it well. I think it's Sharif who is playing through the middle. He's absolutely terrorising our backline. He's pressing so well. Here's Santos. Lavia will spear the ball out wide to Pedro Neto. Oh, his first touch is horrific, but he's kept the ball. Gusto, back to Neto. Attempts to get it back to Gusto, but he's going to be shrouded out here and prevents him from getting the ball. It will be another goal kick. Defending on that side. They're still not showing. I'm so confused. They're still not showing a replay of that goal. Long goal kick, one in the air by Lavia. Joao Pedro will get it to Neto. Palmer cleared away. Ojo will knock it forward. Oh, Tosin's been beaten to it by Sharif, and he's gonna keep it on the right hand side here. Oh, Walters. Oh, my goodness. That was almost a brilliant pass into Ben Wayne on the left-hand side, but he couldn't reach it. We'll go out for a goal kick. I'm not even sure if that was actually a pass. That might have been a shot. Yeah, oh, it's a shot, but it's almost an absolute superb ball for the back post. Chelsea back under possession with Esteban. Here's Fofana to Sanchez. Back to Wes. Tosin will play the ball through the lines to Palmer. He's tackled, but the ball's going to fall to Santos. Gusto will smash it forward for Pedro Neto, who is in behind here if he can get on the ball. It is cleared away by Hall. It will be a Chelsea throw high up on the right-hand side. Here's Fofana. Tosin to Santos again. Fofana will smash it long for Pedro Neto, but he was coming back rather than going forward, and the ball's just gone straight off the pitch. Bit out of sync from those two. It's going to be a long throw from Hall to try and get them up the pitch, but Chelsea winning the ball back. It's Tosin. Direct ball through the lines to Palmer is a good one. He'll pop it off to Lavia. Here's Pedro Neto, who again was on a different wavelength, but he managed to recover and get the ball. Fofana once again. Tosin over the top for Malo Gusto, but I don't think he's going to reach that before the goalkeeper, and Gauchi did really well there. Very, very calm from the goalkeeper to get it to his defender. It's going to be a high press from Palmer here that forces Hall to smash the ball out of play. Well, he really didn't need to do that. He had way more time. It's Lavia. It's going to be another Chelsea throw. Might have been a foul throw there from Malagusto. The referee didn't call it, though. Wasn't the greatest of throws. Here's Hato, who's going to be surging up the left-hand side. Esteval. Tosin. To Santos. Palmer. I tell you, one thing that Port Vale are doing really, really well is as soon as Palmer gets the ball, there is 3, 4, maybe even 5 white shirts around him. Or Esteval has bumped Gabriel off the ball and he's going to give away a foul. A little bit of a receipt for the earlier one on him there. Yeah, just a little bit of a late one from Steve. I think all 3 centre-backs are in the box right now. Humphreys is the man over the ball. He's just kicked the ball forward 2 yards there, ref. Give me yellow. He's getting a big talking to there. So that should have been a yellow. Blatant cheating. Swung in by Humphreys to the back post. It's headed towards goal, but rather wide from Hall. Probably shouldn't have gone for goal there. He should have probably tried to knock that back. Sharif was in masses of space in the centre circle there. Or not the centre circle, the penalty spot rather. Here's Ural Harto. Tosin will sweep the ball forward to Palmer. Surrounded by shirts, he'll be forced back. Fofana to Malagusto. Forward to Joao Pedro. It's a great pass if you can get there, if he's onside as well. He is offside. I thought so. I was going to say, he looked like he was a couple yards offside when he started running. Yeah, you know what? Glenn Hoddle has done a very, very good piece of analysis there. What Vale are doing, they are, shepherding Palmer out of the game, but whilst doing that, they're leaving massive space in behind when they're all tracking him. If we can get the ball right, we didn't that time, but if we can get the ball right, Joao Pedro's in. Ball will be headed back to the goalkeeper. It's a long ball forward, up Sharif, but Harto heads that back to Sanchez. So he's been really, really good today. It's Gusto. Romeo Lavia. Esteval. It's going to be switched out to the left-hand side. Sanchez's long ball will go up to Joao Pedro, who's knocked it on for Neto, but I think he's going to get there. And he doesn't. It's been cleared, and there's a little bit of play acting there. Trying to get a foul. Maybe Lavia tapped him there. I don't think there's much in that. Is Lavia. Ball out wide to Pedro Neto. He's got Palmer next to him. He doesn't use him. It's back to Lavia. Tosin once more. Oh, he's close to giving that away there. It's Gusto around the corner for Neto. Out wide right for Palmer, who's dropped into that position now. Lavia once again. Here's Santos. Gusto. Back to Tosin. We're passing it nicely here, but we need to get it past that second line. We're not really able to so far. It's Neto again. Lavia. Gets it to Hato. He's been given a hospital pass there. I can't lie. Lavia's tried to make up for his bad pass with a tackle, and he's fouled the midfielder in the way. He might get a yellow for that, honestly. I think the referee's been quite lenient there. Yeah, foul every day. It was Walters who was the man fouled. Another opportunity for Vale to swing the ball into the box, which is not what we want to be inviting. Ball is swung in by Humphreys again. Tosin will get it away. And the offside flag will eventually go up. It was Hall once again who got on the end of that. It seems to be the target for the set pieces. It's Fofana. I really don't know. This is such a weird thing. Like, I really don't understand why Rosinia and Enzo Maresca at the same time, both of them, are using Lavia like an 8. I have no idea why he's the higher of the two between him and Santos. He's so good under pressure. He's the player you want in your anchor. I really don't know why he's playing higher up. It's so weird. Like, Santos is being the one who's dropping deeper to pick up the ball. Pedro Neto gets away from one. Now gets it to Malagusto. He's continued his run here and hasn't been picked out. Here's Lavia now. Gusto. Back to Romeo. Here's Tosin across to Hato. Here's Esteval. I really don't like Esteval on this side. He just can't really do anything. Really limits what he's able to do. Good pass through the lines from Gusto to Palmer, and he's on the edge of the box here. He can't get his shot away, but he has fouled Esteval eventually. He's being absolutely thrown around. Referee. Okay. I have no idea how that's not a foul, but all right. Ball was seen out for a goal kick in the end. Long ball from the goalkeeper is going to go all the way over the top for Wes Fofana, who clears. Walters forward. It's Ben Waine on the ball. He's been shepherded out for Chelsea throw. It's Tosin to Fofana. Good ball forward from him to Neto, who offloads it to Lavia. He's going to get it out to Harto on the left-hand side. Out wide for Esteval. Harto's continued his run forward here. He's not been fouled, and then Esteval's pass to Joao Pedro was not brilliant. Walters has ran into traffic despite getting past one, and now Esteval will pick it up. Here's Santos. Lays it off to Lavia. Oh, it feels like Santos really needs to go forward there. Palmer being harassed and harried once again, but he's held onto the ball enough to be able to offload it to his defenders. Here's Pedro Neto out wide right. Gets away from one, gets it to Lavia. Santos. Pedro Neto again. Out wide for Malo Gusto. Chance for him to whip the ball in if he wants to take it. He doesn't. I feel like we've slowed down significantly when it comes to the whole passing forward thing that I was talking about earlier. Santos has now played the ball forward for Pedro Neto, who spun away from his man. He gets the ball in for Joao Pedro in the box. And he's going to get it in. So Pedro Neto assist. Another goal for Joao Pedro. Well-worked goal in the end. I think there was a little bit of a mistake in there by one of the defenders. I'm not sure who it was. There we are. Another Chelsea goal, and this is good. This is exactly what we needed, because one goal leads are never safe. We need multiple goals ahead, especially in the first half. I'd love for us to get, 3 or 4 in this first half, so then we can start playing some of the youth players. Good ball over the top from Santos, and yeah, you know what? Pedro Neto, fair fucks, he's done really well there. That's a great finish. That's a beauty of a finish. It's Gordon, the number 15 on the left-hand side, who's given the ball away. Great touch. Spins, fools the number 24, puts it in the left-hand corner. Lovely. Malagusto is going to be fouled, and it will be a Chelsea free kick rather near the touchline. Here's Yoral Harto. Lavia to Fofana. Here's Gusto. Lavia out wide to Pedro Neto. He plays it forward for Malagusto, who's onside here. Can he get an assist? It goes into the box, and it's cleared away by Humphreys for a corner for Chelsea. Just got up another gear, Chelsea, in these last 5 minutes. It will be Neto taking the corner. He's got Harto as the short option. We're not going to take the short option. He's going to swing the ball into the box. This time it's aimed for Andre Santos, who's had a bit of a head collision with one of the defenders, and it's a serious looking one here. I think it's Sharif who's down as well. Santos looks a bit more shaken up than the big man does. Gotta be careful with these types of things. I don't know if he's like if he's doing like a you know how Jokeres has like the mask thing. I don't know if he's doing the mask thing or if he's just doing like a W. I'm not sure why he crosses the fingers. Oh, they're now finally showing replays of the first goal, and I was too busy looking at chat to see it, so that's brilliant. So I've missed it for a second time. Glenn Hoddle has just also suggested he has no idea what that means. I think we're getting a drinks break at the same time, maybe. Both players are now back on their feet, which is good to see. Just a bit of a sore one for the both of them, it seems like. Will eventually be kicked forward from the goalkeeper as the game gets back underway. And Tosin, Tosin left the ball because he thought it was going to be a Chelsea throw, and they've given it the other way, so that's brilliant. And I think a long throw's coming our direction here. It's John who's on the ball. Both of the injured men are on the sideline waiting to come on as the ball enters the play. And Wes finally gets the touch, and it will be a corner. First corner for Port Vale, I believe. This is exactly what they're going to want. Then my headcanon for Josh is that he gets a loan next season. He needs to get that, Reece James to Wigan, Levi Colwill to Brighton type loan. Where he can really establish himself and then come back. Gordon will swing the ball in, but it's a terrible ball to the front post and it's been kicked away. And now there's a chance for Chelsea to break. Esteval streaming down the middle and oh wow, Pedro Neto's taken the heaviest touch I've ever seen in my life. It's Walters who got back at him, but my god. Sometimes Pedro Neto's feet are a spoon. Tosin out to Hato. Yeah, Palace is one of those ones as well where obviously he's going to be staying in the same type of area. He wouldn't have to move or what have you. That's always a good one. Obviously, they always need centre back reinforcement ever since they got rid of Gay. So, plus we're looking at Lacroix as well, aren't we? So, if we get Lacroix, then maybe he goes the opposite direction. There is a yellow card given to Sharif for a late tackle on Wes Fafana, I believe. Yeah, it was a little Cruyff from Wes that kind of caught him out there. The yellow might be a bit harsh, honestly. Hmm. Yeah, it's one of those things that like I always feel like if you're playing three at the back and you're committed to playing three at the back, you need at least 6 centre backs in the team. And that's like not including, you know, That's like not including youth players as well. Oh. It's Tosin. Fofana up to Gusto. Here's Lavia. Gusto's been fouled off the ball here. The referee says nothing. Lavia will get the ball out to Harto through the lines. Good work. Harto gets it to Palmer, and he's immediately tackled again. It's going to be swept forward by Ojo. Gabriel trying to get on the end of it, and Santos came across and got the ball. He's gone to the floor, holding his back there, but I don't think there was anything in that, if I'm being honest. Yeah, there's nothing in that. Just a collision. He's still on the floor here. Come on, get up, lad. Thoughts on the game so far? Yeah, it's been pretty standard, what we kind of expected, if I'm being honest. Chelsea getting a lot of the ball. Port Vale playing for set pieces and counter-attacks. It's a kind of typical cup game, to be honest. I think that we probably should and could have had more goals here, if I'm being perfectly honest, but we've just kind of been not passing it forward enough. But yeah, pretty comfortable so far for Chelsea. I'd like to see Palmer getting a bit more involved, but any time he touches the ball, he gets surrounded. So he's very much the man they've earmarked to mark out of the game. It's Humphreys. To John. Gabriel. And back again. Here's Walters. And this is the first real spell of possession that Port Vale have had, and they are immediately opting to do the Olays, which is fun for them. See how long they keep the ball for. It's a long ball eventually up to Sharif, who's cleared away by Tosin. There's a late one on Lavia there. The referee's not called it, and he's still on the floor here. I don't think the referee even seen it. I think it was behind him. I think his assistant has now just told him that there is a player down on the pitch. The worrying thing is that this is Lavia who is down, and we know he's got a history of injury. And now there's been a foul by Harto, and the referee's finally stopped the game. Yeah, he's holding the back of his Achilles. This is quite worrying. God knows he doesn't need another injury. I feel like if he does get another injury, this is the end of his. It's not actually the challenge that does him in. It's interesting that the contact is, you know, not anything there, but it's when his foot goes back down to the floor, his foot twists, and I think that's what's done the damage. He is back on his feet, which is a good sign. He's still holding his Achilles though. He's walking off the pitch, which is nice to see. Well, I definitely do not need another injury to him. Ball will eventually be swung in from that free kick. And Wes Fofana gets it away. Tosin will poke it away towards Esteval, and Chelsea have got a chance to break here. He will play it forward, but just gets away from Palmer. Joao Pedro's going to chase down the goalkeeper and force him to smash it long. Sharif up for it, but Wes Fofana wins the ball. Garrity forwards. Wayne can't get it away from Malo Gusto, who's done really, really well there. And Wayne's dived to the floor off of from basically nothing, and the referee's told him to get back up to his feet, and he has gone back up. I don't know what that was about. It's Gusto. Where's Fofana? To Tosin. Game has definitely slowed down a little bit since the collisions of heads. Or the ball forward from Tosin was aimed at Esteval. He couldn't get the touch right, but we've continued with the ball. Here's Palmer to Harto. He has no one out on the left-hand side as Esteval has gone through the middle. Here's Palmer, who's moved into Esteval's position now. Fofana forward for Pedro Neto on the right-hand side. He's got Gusto in the inside right now. He's going to get it to Santos instead. Here's Romeo Lavia with tons of space. Can he take a strike? He does, and it's blocked, and it's gone behind, and no, it's been kept in by the goalkeeper, supposedly. That looked like it went out, if I'm being honest. Probably just the angle. Lofty ball up into the air by the goalkeeper. Fofana will clear it away. Walters knocks it, but only as far as Santos. Here's Tosin. Gusto out to Pedro Neto. Here's Santos. To Lavia. Up to Esteval, who's in a central position. He's going to get away from his man and get it to João Pedro. He's got Harto to his left and Esteval through the middle. He's tried to play it through to Esteval and he just couldn't collect it on the other side of the pass. Almost a very, very good attack there from Chelsea, and Lavia's come across to stop the break. Will be a Vale throw on the right-hand side with 5 minutes to go. Long ball forward will be cleared away by João Harto. Sharif tries to knock it forward again, but it's going to fall to Pedro Neto, who heads it back to the goalkeeper. Here's Santos. Lavia to Harto. Fofana back to Sanchez, who's not been very busy, I would say, Sanchez, which is a good thing. Hasn't had to make a save so far. Here's Santos. Whips the ball out wide to Pedro Neto. Tries to take on his man, but he's unable to get past him, but he has won the throw. Gusto to Santos. Here's Romeo Lavia. Tosin through the lines to Malo Gusto. Lovely little flick from him to get it to João Pedro. Just masses of space out there for Pedro Neto. Instead he gets it to Gusto, who takes a strike, and it's going to be knocked in by Palmer. It's 3-0, and I don't know if he knew anything about it, if I'm being honest. I think the ball's been cleared into him and he scored. 3-0 Chelsea, and you got to say that's probably game over. It's been a very professional performance from us, uncharacteristically, let's say. Malo Gusto, what a little flick. He gets it to João Pedro, holds up the ball, waits for the return pass. Gusto smashes it towards goal, and then it ricochets out from the goalkeeper straight into the path of Palmer, who puts it into the net. I thought it ricocheted off the defender and hit him, but I think he has actually connected with that. Lovely flick from Malo Gusto. Whoa. Oh, no, it's an own goal. It's not Palmer's goal. He's got the contact, but it's not going on target, I don't think. I think it's Gabriel who's knocked it into his own net. But we'll take him either way. Where Stefano will smash the ball off the defender or the attacker rather, for a throw on the left-hand side. 2 minutes to go for the half, plus whatever's added on. There should be some additional time due to some injuries, I would imagine. The goal has so far been awarded to Palmer, which is interesting. Port Vale have a bit of possession in their half now, and they're going to be pressed back by Palmer. It's Humphreys. Hall smashes it forward. It's going to fall only to Malagusto, whose knock forward is not particularly a great one. It's Humphreys again. Out to John. Walters forward, around the corner. It's a lovely bit of play there. Gabriel gets it to Sharif, but he's been tackled by Romeo Lavia. Great tackle from him. And then he's thrown to the floor by Walters, and he will win a foul. Brilliant work from Romeo Lavia. We got a set piece goal. That's definitely one of the things. I was just looking at things to take off on the bingo card, and I can't. I don't know. I can't remember if I don't know if Palmer got the assist for the first goal or if it was Neto on the corner. I'm not sure who was on the corner. Only 2 minutes of additional time, which is very weird, but there we are. Ball's gone forward to Esteval, who will pick the ball up here. He's on the right-hand side this time where he likes to be, and he's going to go on a run here. Gets away from one and back heels it to Pedro Neto in space. Lavia to Andre Santos. Forward to Joao Pedro. Back to Santos. Here's Palmer. Out wide right for Pedro Neto. Chance for us to get one more before the break. It's going to go into Joao Pedro, but it's cleared away. Santos should pick the ball up here, and he does. Back to Tosin. Here's Lavia. Out wide to Pedro Neto once again. More space for him. He's got Esteval as the supporting man instead of Gusto here. Does play it to the Brazilian and gets it back. There's Tosin. Fofana out wide to Neto again. This time he's got Gusto in support, and he does use him. Little 1-2-3. And Gusto's got away from his man here. Brilliant work from Malagusto, and he's going to put it into the middle of the box, and it almost broke for Esteval, but not quite. And Palmer can't get it on the end of the box, at the edge of the box either. Cleared once again. Here's Fofana again. Chelsea pushing for more goals here, despite there not being much time. There's about 30 seconds left in the game, or in the half rather. Here's Palmer. To Gusto. Here's Neto. Gets away from his man. He's completely blocked off by the number 19 there, ref. The whistle's going to be blown here. That is the end of the half. 3-0 Chelsea in the first half. Not what I was expecting at all, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah. Really, really not expecting us to be in such a commanding lead, but we always take those. I need to actually check who got the assist for the first goal. I'm really not sure who it was. Let's see. Oh, the first goal hasn't been credited with an assist at all, actually. So, can't claim anything there, but yeah, 3-0 Chelsea. Pretty good start so far, and hopefully we get to see some. I'd really like to see RKM come off the bench. Honestly, if if we're gonna get anything, I want to see him come off the bench. This is a game that is won now. I'd like us to not only protect our certain players like Lavia, who doesn't need to be playing a full 90, but giving some opportunities to some other players that don't get to play so often. That'd be nice to see. I'm going to quickly go and get a drink, though, so I'm going to move on to the Be Right Back screen. I will talk to you guys in a second. Alrighty, we are back. Wabum. Boom, boom. I forgot the timer. There we are. Pause that. Updated. Updated. There we go. That's updated. Excellent. I'll see what you guys are saying. I don't think we will. I don't think Palmer's a player that's going to leave. You need to remember he's playing for injury. Like he's got a groin injury, and that's why he's been so, you know, lack of a better term, shite. And I think the only reason he didn't celebrate that goal is because I don't think he thought that he scored, because it hasn't been given as an own goal, but it pretty much is an own goal. I think that's the only reason why he didn't celebrate it. I'm more concerned about Josh Ashenbong. If he's not starting this game, I don't know what the hell game he's going to be starting. I've been in the interim. I've been looking at Twitter, and so many people are worried about him. I am too, genuinely. Luckily, also our sister club, Strasbourg, are just beaten Nice 3-1. That's great. A lot of people complaining that Estevao is on the left-hand side. Yeah, I kind of said the same thing. Palmer, Caicedo, Reece, I don't see leaving. I would suggest the only quote unquote big player that I would see actually leaving the club. Again, Enzo, because I feel like he's being a bit forced out. I think Delap will go, but I don't really class him as a big player, let's be honest. Neto, I can see leaving. I can see Wes Fofana going, honestly. I really could see him going. Chalabar, I imagine, will be sold. I genuinely feel like this summer window, I feel like there's going to be so many players leaving. There's going to be a bit of a hemorrhage job. We've been linked again with Senesi today. Oi oi, welcome in. See Cuckoo running out his contract. I think Cuckoo is a bit too Chelsea for that, honestly. I would fear for him more. This is gonna sound like a wild thing to say. I feel like Cucurella would be. I would fear Cucurella leaving more if Spain win the World Cup. Because I feel like he'd gonna be celebrated in the same way he was for the Euros. I feel like he'd be celebrated so much that Barca would probably want to go in for him, and he wouldn't say no to Barca. I think that's the one club that if they came sniffing around, he'd say yes to. He played another 2 years and then goes to Barca on a free. Yeah, same there. Yeah, I don't think Jackson will either. I genuinely, again, I know we spoke about this before. You know who I feel Jackson is? Such a Crystal Palace striker. I don't know why. He's like such a, I play on the bench for Crystal Palace type of striker. I just feel like he's that type of player. Yeah, especially, that's the thing, especially with Palmer. I don't think Palmer would go to United. Because, like, firstly, they don't need him. They've got Cunha, who's going to basically plays in a similar role. They've just bought obviously they just bought Mbumo, who plays on the right hand side, which is kind of his role as well. So, and plus, I just don't think he'd ever go to United. Like he's always been, a City boy. I just don't think he'd go to United. Jackson reminds me of Mishi for some reason. Yeah, I feel that. Well, you know what? That's actually obviously he came from La Liga, but he's such a Valencia coded striker, isn't he? Oh, Joao Pedro goal! I completely forgot. Yeah. You know what? I'm actually going to take Rafinha ball in full flow as well. We've been playing some good football today. Is there any other things? We don't have a common ground involvement. I'm going to take the Palmer. You know what? I'm taking Palmer assist for the own goal. because he technically gets the last touch before it goes in, so I'm taking that. No worldies, no British goal scorer, maybe? I'm not sure. Oh, a mega. The thing is, I think, oh God, I'm biased towards Omega because I'm really biased towards him because he's the type of striker that I really like. I really like just really tall, lanky strikers that can move. So I'm a bit biased. I think he's the I feel like he's got to be surrounded by the right, the right setup for him to do well. And I feel like until obviously he got injured, I feel like he was coming into his own. Yeah, Panicelli getting injured is, especially just before the World Cup as well. I feel like that's so harsh on him. Is there anything else I can tick off here? I'm not sure. But yeah, I feel like we would need another established kind of established striker if he is the one coming in, and I feel like it will just be a straight swap with him and Delap, honestly. Palmer's all smiles on the pitch. Let's see if there's any. Yeah, Barco. The thing is about Barco, I like this is the thing, and I hate saying this because it makes it sound like I don't want Enzo here. Genuinely, I feel like we are in good hands if Enzo does leave, because Barco just immediately goes into his position, and also he's left-sided. We have not got a left-sided centre mid. We haven't had one since Hall left. It's so annoying us not having a left-sided centre mid, and he would be the answer to that. I feel like that is something they will do. Is there any changes? The only change I can see at the moment is that Estevao is actually starting on the right-hand side at the start of this second half. That's interesting. Chelsea are kicking off from left to right, of course. Will be Palmer taking the kickoff. Whistle blows. Here we go. Long ball from Sanchez to get us underway in the second half. No substitutions from either team, but yeah, Estevao is now playing on the right-hand side, which is interesting. Liam Rosenior obviously wanting to see him get a bit more involved. Here's Joao Pedro teasing the defender on the left-hand side. Chelsea playing higher up here now. Lavia up to Malagusto. Here is Estevao for his first touch on the right-hand side. Cool. Bit of a hospital pass to Tosin, but he's dealt well with it. It's Neto to Palmer. Palmer also kind of playing a little bit further onto the left-hand side rather than central, which is interesting. Here's Estevao once again. 1v1 versus his man. He's immediately ran straight into him. He's going to run back at Gordon and get the ball off him, though. And the referee's called a foul. Brilliant. What if Guiu would be sold? Again, Guiu's another one which I think he needs to be given like an actual season-long loan where he's not going to be recalled. He's not going to have a disjointed season. I'm trying to think of maybe he goes to somewhere like Coventry when they come up next season, something like that. He's the type of striker that kind of suits like a Frank Lampard side, honestly. I feel like a newly promoted side would give him like opportunities. Good ball into the box here from Port Vale, and oh my goodness, Humphreys had a golden opportunity and he just didn't get a hold of it. Chelsea do get the ball away, and I don't even know what's just happened there. Yeah, he is another one I can see sold. It depends on whether we get a good enough profit for him, but yeah, he's got so much promise is the issue. It's like you don't want him to be one of those mistakes that you let go. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's great intervention from Tosin there to stop Humphreys from getting a swing at goal. Another free kick for them, and they've shoved Andre Santos to the floor in the box, and the referee has rightfully called for a foul. Au contraire, I think one of Guiu's best attributes is his finishing. He just doesn't play enough. We saw him when he was playing the Conference League. He was scoring from all different types of angles, scoring all different types of goals. I feel like he just needs to be given a string of games. The problem is he always comes off the bench or, plays for like 10 minutes where he can't impact the game. Or if he does start, he doesn't start, consistently enough for him to ever get into the rhythm of things. Lovely flick around the corner by Joao Pedro to Palmer. Harto back to the Englishman. He's going to... Oh, there was a pass on for Joao Pedro there. He didn't take it. Here's Lavia. Long ball from Lavia, seeking out Esteval in behind here. Great touch from him. Gets it across for João Pedro. Oh, just a little bit ahead of him. And then the flag did go up in the end against Esteval. Big Steve-O chant comes from the crowd. Yeah, he just goes way too early there. Good high line from the back six of Port Vale there. They had a whole back line of 6 players there. Will be a free kick to be taken by the goalkeeper, Joe Gauchi. Gauchi? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'd like to say Gauchi. Philip Jurgensen has just sat down on the bench. Didn't see him in the first half. Andre Santos will head it clear. And again, bit of head tennis being played. João Pedro will flick it to Cole Palmer, but he's not going to reach it. Where Safana will press the ball. And Port Vale will come away with possession. It's Hall. Sharif has dropped deep to pick up the ball here. Oh, lovely little flick in behind here for Andre Santos, who's going to get it to Esteval. Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, that would have been such a beautiful worked goal as well. Lovely little flick from João Pedro. Gets Andre Santos in behind. And then the trio of Brazilians link up with that pass. That's a brilliant pass. Oh, just an inch closer to the right hand side, and that goes in. Headed forward by Tosin. João Pedro will try and pick up the ball again. He's being held away, ref. Okay, nothing. Good tackle from Andre Santos. Gets it to Cole Palmer. Switches it out to Esteval. Gets it back to Palmer. Tries to place it into the bottom corner, and the goalkeeper was smart enough to react to it. Chelsea starting to find holes in this Port Vale defence now, over and over again, as they try and push to, get something from the game. You push it through the legs of Walters there. It's a throw-in to be taken by Wes Fofana immediately. Here's Sanchez. That's one of. Well, I genuinely think that's one of Giyu's best attributes, is the fact he's so good at reacting to things in the box. So it's why I really feel like some games this season we should have just been playing with 2 strikers. There's like times where we haven't had, both of our left wingers have been injured and we haven't played with 2 strikers. I feel like we should just do that more often. Just put Giyu as like a second striker behind, or even ahead of João Pedro. I feel like he would poach things. He'd pick up things in the box that other strikers don't. Here's Lavia. To Malo Gusto. Santos to Fofana, who's going to line it over the top for Esteval once again. Diagonal run, and he's been beaten to the ball, but pressure on here. Hall will clear, but it's going to go straight back at them. Here's Andre Santos. Hato. Pedro Neto. Hato again. Been thrown all over the place by Gabriel, but he gets it to João Pedro, who gets away from his man brilliantly on the left-hand side. Going to get it to the edge of the box for Santos. Gusto. Lavia. Chance for him to shoot, but he doesn't take it. Instead, he plays it to Esteval wide right. Little 1-2 with Gusto, and he's going to play it to Santos. And gets it back from Santos. Esteval gets away from his man and tries to put it across, but it's blocked by the defender for a corner. Why the hell we played Pedro Neto on the right-hand side, I have no idea. This is what he could have been doing the entire first half, and he just was shifted out to the left for no reason. Then again, Neto was pretty good, to be fair. It will be Neto taking the corner as well. Short one this time to Palmer. Across the box to Yoral Harto, who's on the edge of the box. Here is the Dutchman once again. Looking for a curler to the back post, maybe. No. Palmer. Across to Lavia. Oh, he tried a little diagonal pass to Malo Gusto, but the Frenchman was seemingly blocked off, or he's at least claiming to have been blocked off, and the ball didn't reach him. Goalkeeper's taken an awful long time over this goal kick. Does eventually go forward, and Varner will clear it away. Tosin gets the extra touch, and then Lavia clears it further forward. Here's Walters. It was rather Gordon who got on the ball there, but his pass forward is intercepted, and Gabriel will then foul. I believe that was Harto that had come across. Here's Tosin. Esteval. Ball forward, seeking out Joao Pedro. Is a brilliant one. He wanted to take that on first time, but he couldn't. And he will win the corner, though. Great work from the two Brazilians, linking up once again. Honestly, we could have been 6 goals up in this game. Our attacking play has been really, really good so far. And this is what happens when you have, you can actually, when your defenders actually defend well, and give you the platform to actually perform. Half the time we concede so many early goals, it doesn't matter. Swung into the box, and it's going to fall on the edge of the box for Harto, but Palmer picks it up. Palmer wants to find the pass forward. He finds Gusto. Gets out wide right to Pedro Neto. He has Esteval inside him. He's going to use the decoy runners Neto to get some space and take a strike, and it's deflected off the goalkeeper as a great save. Swerving around from the strike, and it's going to be another corner. Bang. Oh. It's great work from Neto to just use that decoy run of Gusto to create some space for himself. Here's Palmer from the short corner. Harto. Pedro Neto. Plays it in behind for Malo Gusto. Dink to the back post for Tosin Adanabiayo, who's... You know what? You know what? Fair fox. Fair fox. He's found his level. That's definitely a British goal scorer now. If I hadn't already ticked that off, I have. Okay. Gusto assist. Is that on the cards? I think... You know what? This is crazy. I'm going to say this. Is this a Malo Gusto player of the match performance right now, by the way? He's been so good. Lovely little dinks ball into the back post. Lovely leap, and it's a bullet. To be fair, that's a bullet header. I love those types of goals. Yeah, Gusto's been bloody brilliant today. There's a weird thing about Malo Gusto. He always plays better after the international break. I have no idea why. He comes back from France with like so much confidence. What a leap. What a header. Liam Rossinho was heading it with him. Brilliant finish. Can we take some players off and rest some players and also give RKM a debut? That would be nice. Chelsea aren't finished here. Joao Pedro. He's been nudged in the face there. The referee's allowed us to play on. Santos will get it to Lavia. It's the goal scorer Tosin. Santos. Ooh, Lavia almost gave the ball away, but he does get it to Esteval. Here's Wes. Chelsea headed to Wembley. In fact, I can actually tick. I'm ticking through to the semis already. You know what? I'm doing it. Confidence. Here's Gusto to Lavia to Wes Fofana. Out wide right for Esteval. Chance for him to run at his man again. Cuts inside. Lays it off to Lavia once again. Now Santos to Harto. Pedro Neto, who's on the left now. Teasing his fullback over and over and over again and drops him to the floor there, Gabriel on the floor. He's going to get the ball to Tosin though. It's Wes Fofana. Gusto. Round the corner. Beats one. Malagusto again. Ball forward for Joao Pedro. He's thrown off the ball. Here's Palmer. Lovely little flick. Oh, and Joao Pedro wasn't 100% on the same wavelength there. But we've kept the ball. Where's Fofana? There is Garnacho and Delap who are warming up on the sideline. Great ball forward for Palmer. Here's Esteval. Dinks it over the goalkeeper, but it can't. It's saved, and Palmer's going to try and put it in, and it's a good save again. Gauchi with a very, very good double save there. Esteval could have had 3 in this game. Finishing needs to be a little bit better. Oh, it's a brilliant pass forward from Palmer, and just couldn't get the little dink. It's actually a triple change for Chelsea. So Palmer coming off for Dario Asugo, Pedro Neto coming off for Alejandro Garnacho, and Liam Delap coming on, I would imagine, for Joao Pedro for a triple change. Cole Palmer is going to hand the captain's armband to Tosin Adarabioyo. Very weird. Why was he not given the captain's armband from the start? I have no idea. You know what? Maybe we should captain Palmer more. I'll take a 4-0 game every single day. Oh, and that is also Dario Brothers off the bingo card. As Dario and Santos play together. I just want to see Dario crunch someone. Absolutely crunch someone. We've got still got 30 minutes to play. Is Lavia. Esteval. Nutmegs his man. And gets away from him. But he's going to get the ball to Asugo. And the referee's played advantage. But he's then pulled it back. Is Wes Fofana. Gusto to Romeo Lavia. Good ball through the lines. Oh, he almost got the ball straight through to Delap there, but he a little bit behind him. It's Humphreys. John. Long ball from him. Blocked by, I think that was Santos in the middle, and Garnacho couldn't collect. Here's Harto. Asugo. Lavia. Gusto out wide right to Esteval. He's got 2 men on him. He's going to use Gusto instead. Interesting, again, Dario is now playing almost like the 10, which is so weird. Why is he playing there? He's more of a 6. Here's Garnacho. Lays it off to Santos on the edge of the box. Forward for Asugo. Oh, his pass is a little bit hospital, but Tosin will clean that up. It's Garnacho again. Gets it to Gusto. Lavia. Esteval with space. Up against Gordon. Gets it to Gusto. Tries to play the 1-2 and does. And gets it across for Garnacho, who's put it into Rosehead. Did they forget their kits, or can they afford a badge? No, Port Vale is actually, their badge is quite interesting. They're commemorating something. I forget what it is. I think it's some kind of, some anniversary thing for just this season, and then next season they're going back to their original badge, which is the badge which I have on my graphics, because the one that they're using at the moment, which is just the 4 letters in a line, isn't actually available. So Wayne, Gordon, and Sharif are all coming off. Oh, I think Sharif has been their best player so far. Campbell, Hall, and Gray coming on. So there's 2 Halls on the pitch now, so that's brilliant. So that's going to be excellent for my commentary. Oh, it's the Campbell from Everton. Oh. Tosin heads the ball forward. Here's Sugo. Sweeps it out to Esteval. Burning down on a goal again. Cuts inside. Tries to take the strike, and oh my god, he's almost squeezed it in. He's hit the post again. It's those are the type of ones where half the time they bounce off the goalkeeper and go in, and he's just gotten lucky that it's bounced off of him and gone out. Bro, Esteval, man. He's still a teenager, don't forget. He's crazy. Santos with the ball out to him once again. This time it's headed away. Chelsea hungry for goals here. It's good to see. That is a crazy stat. They've just said we're the first Premier League team to score 4 goals or more in 4 consecutive games since City in the 1920s. What in the world? Oh, back pass to the goalkeeper is a horrible one, and he sliced it behind. It's going to be a corner for Chelsea. He might regret that. He's smiling to himself, but he's probably not going to be smiling if this goes in. Taken short by Steve. Here's Garnacho. Esteval again. Hato. He's going to sweep it in. Oh. Cleared away. Malagusto. To Hato again, who's almost playing like a right winger at this point. Lavia. Santos. It's Fofana. He gets it back to Sanchez. Santos again. Sanchez again. Is Wes to Santos. And Tosin's going to get the ball and sweep it out to the right-hand side for Esteval. That's a beauty of a pass on his weaker foot. 1v1 here. Teasing his fullback. Cuts inside. Lays the ball off. Now it's out wide right for Malagusto, who's out there. Can he beat his man? He can. Oh, he's electric form today. Gets it back to Wes. It's Harto. Garnacho on the left side. Can he create something? Delap's in the middle, waiting for it. He lays it off to Santos instead. He's going to take a strike. It's deflected. Oof. Corner. Could have gone anywhere from that. That's where I like seeing Santos. I like seeing him on the edge of the box because we know he can score. Cool, boy, lie me. Give me a Delap bullet header. Go on. You know you want to. It's going to be Esteval to take the corner. Whipped in to the back post. And what did I say? Santos scores goals. There we are. Steve goal / assist. It's a 5-0 for Chelsea. And honestly, I really underestimated how well we were going to play today. Adam is claiming that he's been fouled here. Nah. Nothing in that. We know how good he is in the box, by the way. Lovely run across the... He's learnt that from Enzo Fernandez, I tell you that. That's an Enzo run to the back post. And you know what? I said the goalkeeper's going to regret it if we start giving away these corners. VAR is now looking at it, though. But they've quickly checked it and cleared it immediately. Game is back underway. Walters will knock it back to his goalkeeper. Yeah, they're 24th in League One. But they've been so good in this competition for no reason whatsoever. So they knocked out Sunderland last round. We only needed Toast and Howler for a line. He's been absolutely brilliant today. Typical. He's been solid as a rock in the air. He's been very good defensively, and he also scored a goal. Can't fault him at all today. I can't fault anyone. I don't think anyone has been bad today. It's Sanchez. Tosin will get it out to Fofana, who's playing at right back at the moment. Down the line to Esteval. He tried the little Ronaldo chop, and the defender read it. Cleared it for a throw. I keep doing this, bro. I need to be central. I need to move my camera at some point because I'm naturally more this side when I sit on my desk. I need to be here. It's Santos. Harto. Esteval is offside from the forward pass. I don't know how long Esteval's going to play because he is coming back from an injury. I know he played for Everton, or played against Everton, but he is still being eased in. Give me RKM. If he gets subbed on and decides to get a red, to be fair, if he does get on, he gets UFAP. We probably getting a clean sheet, so maybe if we start getting loads of yellow cards towards the end of the game, we can get a bingo here. If he does come off the bench. Or if Teddy Sharman-Lowe comes off the bench, why not? You know what? You know what we can do? Sanchez can get a red card, and then Sharman-Lowe will get subbed on. That'll get UFAP and the red card. That's my little man is currently getting into football, and he's probably going to be moving schools soon, and we're going to try and get him into. Well, I'm trying to do like Project Messi. At this point, it's Project Esteval. So we're Garnacho is steaming through on goal here. If anyone wants to find him with a forward pass, but gets away from us, and Gusto is forced off of the pitch. Ethan Archer is about to come on. Make sure you steer him to Chelsea. Oh, trust me, I've already got him a Chelsea kit. it's already happening. I do need to get him the socks though. I haven't got him the socks. Need to get him some socks and shin pads, and some boots. Scouchy kicks the ball right off the pitch immediately under the high pressure. Excuse me. It's Harto. There is absolutely no reason to me why Josh Achampong is not on the pitch right now, by the way. There's 15 to go. We've got both of our starting centre-backs still playing. We're 5 goals up. Why are we not putting Josh on? Why are we not putting OKM on? I don't get it. Oof. Loose ball by... Oh, my goodness. Loose ball from Tosin gave it away, and the substitute, George Hall, almost weaving past a couple of players and getting a shot off, and it will be a corner. Corners do just present us an opportunity to break, though. They've taken it short, though. It's Archer teasing Harto, but he's not getting beaten. John with the ball in. It's cleared by Tosin, and now here's the chance to break that I talked about. Oh, Isugo and... I think it was Esteval, actually. Esteval and Garnacho just getting in each other's way there a little bit. They didn't really know who wanted the ball. It's a bit of a poor touch there from Gray, who's given the ball to Chelsea via a throw. Here's Esteval. Being thrown all over the place. Taken quickly. Here's Tosin. Harto to Tosin again. Here's Sanchez. Long ball from him, seeking out Esteval on the right-hand side. He's not going to reach it, though. Vale will get a bit of a spell of possession here. High press from Santos forces them back to the goalkeeper. Delap's going to put pressure on him and almost take it off his toe. Oh my goodness. Harto wins it in the air. It's Santos. Little flick forward to Isugo. Good hold-up play from him. He's playing almost like a striker. Will be a free kick as he was fouled. Harto gets it out to Garnacho. 1v1 against his fullback. He's going to put it to the back post, and no one's at the back post. So that goes out. Give us Leeds, West Ham in the semis. We have the most Mickey Mouse run of all time. I'll take it, to be fair. I'll take a trophy, considering how fucking terrible we've been this season. All I want, you know what I really want? I just want to get Arsenal in the final. I'd love to get Arsenal in the final and just give us not only redemption, you know, to beat them finally, but also just stop them from winning a cup. I think would be brilliant. Oh yes, here we go. Ryan Kavuma McQueen is coming on for his Chelsea debut with, 13 odd minutes to play here. I think Lavia's the man who's come off for him, so I think Asugo will drop into his position and Kavuma McQueen will now go forward. I imagine Esteval might go into the centre here. Which side is he on? Yeah, Ryan's on the right-hand side. I'd love to if he gets a goal or assist. The roof is going to go off the place. I tell you. Here's Shim's number from last season. Yeah, he's 76, right? I think. I can't remember. I had it on the lineup earlier. Is West Fafana? Yeah, 76. First touch for the youngster as he plays it back to Wes. Good ball into Esteval in the middle. And he's going to get away from one. Brilliant work from Esteval. Surging through the centre. Lays it off to Liam Delap, but he's not going to get there. Ball has ricocheted back to Harto here. Here's Garnacho. Harto has the overlap. Play it to the back post. Go on, do it. He's there. Sugo. Esteval gets it to Garnacho. Santos on the edge of the box. He's going to play it back to Wes. Kavuma McQueen is the free man. He's going to take on his man. And wins a corner as well. Good positive involvement from him. Got a permanent smile on my face that he's come off the bench. In a quarter final as well, you know. Big plaudits to him. Esteval is the man on the corner. Is it going to be a short one or a long one? I think it's a long one. Signal goes up. Whipped in. It's a good ball as well to the back post. Oh my goodness. It's a Sugo who couldn't get on the end of it. It's Garnacho in the box. Trying to fashion some space to cross, but he can't. It's Gusto. Back to Garnacho on the left-hand side. Sugo to Gusto. Here's Tosin. Now Harto. Here's Esteval on the right-hand side. Kavuma McQueen back. And I think Josh Ashenpong I just saw on the sideline there, getting ready to come on. Gusto to Wes Fafana. 10 minutes to play. Here's Tosin. Tosin once more. Through the lines to Harto, who's playing almost like a winger at this point. Great ball in behind from Harto to Garnacho. He's got a score, and he's hit the post. And Esteval will get his goal! Garnacho, bro. Absolute stinker. Oh, the flag's gone up. Nah, man. VAR will check it, of course. I can't believe Garnacho has not scored that, by the way. That's a brilliant fucking bit of play from Harto, by the way. Played like a prime number 10. He's on. He's on by a mile. He's on. Oh, it's the second one. Who does it... I said the ball comes off of their defender as well, I think, actually. Change the score for Santos? Oh, wait. Why did you not update? There you go. Sometimes it automatically updates, and sometimes I have to click an update button to do it. I don't know why it does that. It's a long check here. I think they're going to give this. Because the first action, Garnacho shot, he's onside by a mile. That one's... The pass forward from Harto is perfectly timed. The shot, he's onside. It just... Does it come off Garnacho again? Oh, it might come off Garnacho again. I don't think he knows anything about it, though. The goal's given. I think they determined that the ricochet off of whoever it came off of, I don't think they could determine who it came off of, so they've just given it for the first pass instead. So goal and assist for Esteval now. You know what? Am I leaning towards Esteval player of the match now? Maybe? I might be able to tick this off, you know. So 6. I can't believe it. We've witnessed a 6-0 under Liam Rosinia's Chelsea. Oh my lord. What's going on? And Josh Achimpong is now on the pitch. Oh yeah, I forgot UFAP, by the way. There we go, UFAP. Who did Josh come on for? I didn't actually see. I imagine it's Wes, or that'd be who I'd take off. John has come off, and Magloire has come on. Magloire? It looks like Magloire, but the commentator said Loire. Ryan Kavuma McQueen's cut in and won the ball back here. Gets it to Tosin. Hato to Santos. It's Esteval in between the lines, and he gets it up to Garnacho if he can. Oh, intercepted. Good attempt. Good tackle from Esteval in the middle, though. Now he gets it to Garnacho. He's streaming foot pro. He's been absolutely phenomenal today. He gets it back. Here's Esteval. Across the box. Oh, my goodness. This keeper's got a touch on that. I think he came on for Gusto, actually. Achimpong is playing on the right-hand side. Yeah. So come on for Gusto. Yeah, all we need is the RKM G/A. That'd be brilliant. That'd be an absolute perfect night. Here's Fofana. To the aforementioned RKM. Cuts inside. Gets away from his man, but can't keep the ball. He's trying to be positive. I always hate it when youth players come on and, you know, they kind of shy away from trying to do what they would normally do because they don't want to, like, you know, give away the ball or what have you. I'm glad that he's being brave and just going forward. Oh, terrible pass from Humphreys, and Esteval intercepts that, gets it to the lap. Here's a Sugo. Oh, Esteval has been named man of the match, by the way, so there we are. It's Achimpong to Wes. It's Tosin. Hato to Esteval around the corner to Garnacho, but he doesn't get on the end of it. I tell you, Garnacho is so out of sync with the rest of the team sometimes. Like, it's the lap. Gets it to Achimpong. Chance for him to get it out to Ryan, and he does. Space in front of him to run into the youngster. Come on. Oh, he tried to play that too far ahead of Achimpong. Josh seems so slow to get to that. Here's Ojo. Flicked little ball in behind, but Wes deals with that. Kavuma McQueen battling away and winning the ball. But then Delap has got into a scrap with Ojo. He just wanted to fight someone there. It's Walters. Sweeping ball to the right-hand side. And target of his pass, Archer, I believe that was, did not keep it in. Here's the Sugo. Santos. Esteval to Garnacho. Or rather, Hato. Here's Hato. To Sugo. Whipped out wide to Ryan Kavuma McQueen. Takes it around the outside. Wins the throw. That's that bingo thing is specifically for if they're involved in a goal somehow. Oh, lovely feat from Josh Achimpong to get away from his man. Tosin will pick up the ball here. Here's Santos, or rather Harto. Bro, Harto not having the cornrows anymore is really confusing. Okay, he looks very similar at a distance, to my blind eyes anyway, to Santos now. They're both playing on the same side. I can't tell who's who. Oh, I forgot the Arsenal game is after this. Praying for Southampton to win that. Long ball from Gauchi. Headed forward by Wes Fofana. Here's Kavuma McQueen. Plays it forward for Delap. Plays it forward for Garnacho. In behind here. He's gone into the box. He's been fouled there. Referee has a pen. You know what? Fair fucks. It's the man who's just come on as well, by the way. Magloire. Could be that is... See, this is the thing, yeah. I'm so confused. Why is Delap not taking this, by the way? Hello? Why is Garnacho taking our pen? I would give this to Ryan. Why not? We're 6 goals up. We don't need another goal. Give the opportunity to a youngster to get his first ever goal in a Chelsea shirt. Why is Garnacho taking the pen? Delap is surely our next in line after Palmer. What? What's going on? If you missed this, by the way, I'm gonna have to not look at chat because I know it will be spoiled if I look at chat, so I'm gonna have to block that. If you missed this, I swear to God. Whistle blown. Garnacho finishes. It's 7. It's heaven for Chelsea. You know what? I'm going to tick off Cobham Grab involvement for that because Kavuma McQueen was in the build-up to the foul that won the pen. So I'm going to take that. And we're getting a clean sheet as well, so we might as well take that. We are so close to like so many bingos, but just one off. I think I was a bit too negative in my bingo squares today. 7 different goal scorers as well. Yeah, that's wild. Is that a record? That's got to be some kind of record, surely. Great day for us. We needed this confidence as well, and that is the final whistle. We can stop the timer. Chelsea are headed to Wembley to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, where we belong. Yeah, when is the draw? Is the draw after the games today? Hang on. FA Cup semi-final draw. It's tomorrow. After West Ham Leeds. Okay. Very happy for Steve. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Considering the negativity that is around the club, I think that it's a perfect result for us. Just to give us some confidence, give the players something to fight for, you know. Because the league is ropes at this point. But like staying in this, winning a trophy would be massive for us. So yeah, it's good that we've decided to actually show up and actually batter a team that we should be battering. It's the first time in a while that we've done that, to be fair. So yeah. Brilliant. 7 goals. 7 different goal scorers and a man of the match performance for our young star Estival. I can't complain. Genuinely. I'm trying to find something that I can tick off for the bingo and I can't. We haven't won the FA Cup in a while as well, so the FA Cup would be a lovely one to get. I predicted as well in my Premier League predictions at the start of the season. I said, and I quote, "We will go further in the cups than we will do in the league because we are a better cup side than we are a league side." I said that Manchester City would win the League Cup and we'd win the FA Cup. And lo and behold, that is becoming true so far. And City have won the League Cup. Am I staying on for the Arsenal game? No, I won't be. Unfortunately, I have other things to do. That's why I literally said to you a second ago, I didn't even realise it was on. But yeah, I'll keep updated with the score. I'll pray for their downfall. I'll pray for Southampton. My mother is a ex Southampton schoolgirl, so hopefully they can do us the business. We used to live in Southampton. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. I will check in with you on Twitter and things after the Arsenal game to see if whatever that result is. But yeah, I need to rest my voice. My voice is going. When is the next game? We play City next, I believe. Let me check when that is, so I don't get confused. Matches. When do we play City? We play City on Sunday the 12th. So a whole week from now until our next game. That's lovely. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out as ever. I'll see you on the Sunday on the 12th. And yeah, up the Chelsea.